So there's a lot of ish going down in Washington as nothing to do with politics. So the Washington professional football team changing their name, but also there's rumor and much speculation that there's going to be a bombshell Washington Post WAPO story that's just going to be plopped down full-on teabagging on the franchise. And the consensus is it's going to be bad because you've seen a whole bunch of the national media jabroni just like, oh, it's going to be bad. Oh, it's going to be so bad. Even though you haven't heard anything about it yet. But it has to do with the culture of the team, reportedly. That's a speculation anyway. It could be from ownership. It could be to executives, potentially even coaches and players. So it's not going to be good. It's going to be pretty damn bad, but no one knows exactly what it is yet. But just going with that premise, say that all the speculation is in that ballpark, in that vicinity, even if it's a fraction of what it's rumored to be, it's not good. So Kirk Cousins, how does he factor into all this? 2012 draft pick, 4th rounder, 3-year starter after replacing RG3 in the Palace coup. So you can call Kirk a lot of things, and trust me, Vikings fans have definitely done that. But a bad guy, it's not one of them. No, Kirk is, it's pretty safe to say that Kirk is a very upstanding dude, a very high character person. So it would definitely clash with what is rumored and speculated coming out of DC at this point, right? And the knock on Kirk was that, or the prevailing narrative with Kirk was that, oh, well, Washington, they just never saw him as a franchise quarterback, so they never gave him franchise quarterback money. And we've talked about that too, just trying to put that together when the Vikings signed Kirk Cousins. Is the only person that Daniel Snyder was afraid to throw big money at was Kirk Cousins, as Kirk was stuck in basically what Dak Prescott is looking at now with the Cowboys. And the same argument with Kirk is the one that use on Dak. Do you see him as a top flight franchise quarterback? I don't know. So that's why they played the franchise tag game with him from 2016, 2017 before they let him walk, and then he signed that 3-year, $84 million deal with the Vikings. But what if Kirk knew exactly what was going on in Washington, and what if he knew even like a fraction of the details of what is being speculated about right now? And what if you just like, no, I'm out. I do not want to be any part of this franchise long term. So no, just tag me, whatever. Soon as you give up on tagging me, I'm out of here, deuces. So say that it was Kirk Cousins actively turning down long term offers from Washington, or potentially taking such an obtuse negotiating ploy as like, all right, I will stay here for $50 million per year. One of those sort of spots. And they're like, no. So all right, tag me or let me walk in free agency, blah, 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 that whole thing. So it could be. It certainly could be that situation. Doesn't that completely change the narrative of it wasn't so much that Washington didn't want Kirk as that Kirk didn't want Washington, which, adding into the fact that he picked the Vikings as well as for less guaranteed money than the Jets offer. And you look at the Vikes, from the top down, they have built one of the most high-character organizations in all of football. You look at the Wilfs, you look at Spielman, you look at Zimmer, you look at the caliber of player that they're bringing in. It makes a lot of sense that Kirk would want to just absolutely flip the script and completely swing the pendulum to the other side of the clock, I guess it was. Just working on analogies. Because Kirk's no dummy, right? If there was something going on in the locker room, coaching staff, upstairs, he would know. Right. Plus, former players as well as Josh Norman's already been hinted, quote, what goes around comes around, end quote. So, of course, being cryptic, but heavily hinting that there was some malfeasance going on in Landover or wherever they are. So the locker room knew, as well as, players are humans, and humans love to gossip. I mean, players are a bunch of chatty Cathys. Where do you think NFL insiders get so many scoops and leaks from, right? And yes, all this, again, is speculation, but doesn't it sort of make sense from circumstantial evidence that Washington is such a bleep hole organization and rotten from the inside out? Kirk, upstanding dude, didn't want to be tied to it long term, didn't want to be a part of it unless he got buku top tier money. He didn't want to sell anyone out by demanding a trade, and then eventually he worked his way out of town. Doesn't that sound like Kirk Cousins? Kind of does, right? And then he inked up with one of the highest character franchises in the league. So, again, it's all rampant speculation at this point, but it would completely flip that narrative of Kirk and Washington and his final seasons there. But we'll see, as we're still waiting for the stupid WAPO thing. Actually, no, we record this on Thursday afternoon, so maybe it's out by Friday morning. Who knows? Who really knows? But your thoughts, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.